Hey, welcome back to another episode of my podcast show. So today I'm going to be walking you through an exact business model that you can use and implement starting today using skills that you already have from your job. So let's say you're in a part-time job or a full-time job and you would like to move onto the internet and start making all of your money on the internet so you can work from pretty much anywhere in the world. Yeah. Let's say you've had enough of your job, because this is the situation that a lot of people are in. This is the position that I was in many, many years ago. I was sick to death of working for companies. I just wanted to go on my own. I never really felt like I could actually get anywhere working in companies. So I decided to take my skills and all of my passion and all of my motivation, and I brought it online and just never looked back. This was many, many years ago. I started in 2008. So maybe you're in the same situation as I was back then. So this is exactly how you do it. No one actually told me this is how you do it. I had to work all this out on my own, what I'm now going to tell you. So you want to come onto the internet, build a business, build an income, and do basically what I learned many, many years ago. So here's exactly how to do it. The example I'm going to give you in this episode, in today's podcast, today's video, is based around someone that works in a job. Let's say you're a fitness trainer. Now, you might be a fitness trainer. Don't worry if you're not. This is just the example that we're going to give. We're just going to use today in today's episode. Let's say you have a job. You're a fitness instructor or a yoga teacher or some kind of a health trainer. I'm going to tell you how you could build a business around this profession. As I said, you can bring the skills that you have in your job onto the internet. You don't just have to be a fitness trainer to be able to do this. I will run through some other examples in this video as well. There's hundreds of different jobs that you could currently have where you have a skill set that you could easily bring onto the internet and make money from. But this example, we're going to use, let's say you was in the gym and you're a fitness trainer. So how I would do that, knowing what I know now after the last 18 years of learning all of this internet stuff, what I would do, the two tools you definitely need to start with are a web host and an autoresponder. They are both very important. The reason why I say go and buy these now is because you're going to be building a real business, which means you need a website and you need to be able to build a mailing list. So with web hosting, it's very, very cheap, 10 or 15 bucks a month. An autoresponder or an email service provider, whatever you want to call it, that is so you can build an email list of people that like your stuff and like your information. So the autoresponder might cost you 40 bucks a month. They are not very expensive, but they are vital tools that you need in your business if you want to build a real business. Don't try and cut corners and use free services. Trust me, don't do it. It is just not worth it. Make sure you pay for these services because this is a real business. Don't cut corners and don't try and save any money on this because it's not worth it. Trust me. So web hosting and an autoresponder. Once you have those two things, the next thing you need to do is go over to social media and create an account on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Now, even if you don't like some of them platforms and you don't think that you're going to be using them that much, create an account anyway. The username wants to be something which is going to be relevant to your current profession. Yeah. Now, in this case, we're going to use a fitness instructor profession, someone that's worked in gyms, or a yoga teacher or a yoga instructor, something like that. And then once you've got an account on those 4 platforms and you've got your autoresponder and you've got your web hosting, believe it or not, you are 95% there of building a real business, because most people will mess around for months. They will mess around and just not actually do what they need to do. So web hosting, autoresponder, create an account on those 4 platforms. Then what you do is, based on your profession that you currently already have, so as I said, you're a fitness instructor or a yoga teacher, you start creating content. Don't worry about the actual website at the moment. You can go and buy the website if you like. Let's go through exactly what you need to do first in order to build your audience, because you can do all of this about the same sort of time. The first thing you need to do is start creating content. So create content around what you already do in your job. So if you're a personal trainer or you're a fitness instructor, start creating some tips, short videos, and just release them to the internet. You're already going to be knowledgeable within this industry anyway. So get a list together, write down 100, 200 different things that you know you can talk about within your videos. Now, if you've been in your industry for any length of time, you're going to have some very good knowledge and good experience, which means you're going to know more than the average person. So you're able to create lots and lots of different content and give people different tips and different pointers within that niche, within that industry, so it will help them on their journey, whether that's going to be losing weight, building muscle, doing stretches, doing yoga, whatever it is. So start creating content on those 4 platforms. You can create videos like this that I'm doing now. You can do YouTube shorts and then distribute them to other platforms. You can create articles if you want to on Facebook, build a Facebook page and then create content on there, give away some tips, diagrams. The key is to create content. Now, this is I would say probably the hardest part of the entire business model, is that you need to create content to build an audience. I've said this before, but you must focus on building your audience. Your audience is everything. If you think that you can build a business without building your audience, you're greatly mistaken, because no one's going to listen to you. If you don't have an audience, no one's going to listen to you, which means no one's going to watch your stuff. No one's going to watch any of your videos. No one's going to read any of your posts, which then means in turn, no one's going to join your mailing list to listen to more about the things that you're going to say. So it's all interconnected. So the best thing to do, start creating content. That's the very first thing. Don't overcomplicate this process. Even if your first few videos are terrible, it doesn't matter. You can always delete them at a later date. Start making some videos on YouTube, create a YouTube channel. In fact, a YouTube channel is easy. If you're in the fitness industry, people are always looking for fitness tips to help them to lose weight and get in better shape. It's a very, very hot niche. There's lots of money to make within that industry, lots of private ads that you can generate revenue from, or you can get monetized on YouTube. And then when you start to create content on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook as well, you can monetize your content on those platforms as well if you build up a big enough following of people. But that's what you do. The very first thing, create content. Now, once you start to create content on a daily basis, have like a little bit of a ritual that you follow every single day. A video in the morning, a video in the afternoon. This can just be like 2-3 minute videos giving away some tips. And then what I tend to do is I give away lots of free training, like short video clips. And then every so often I'll do a video like this where I go into depth about an actual strategy or a business model or something where it takes me like a good 20 to 30 plus minutes to explain. So it's good to have short form content and long form content. Have a little bit of mixture of both, because you're going to attract different types of people. The people that want to watch 1 or 2 minute videos will not always be the same as people that want to watch 30-minute videos, and vice versa. So you can attract both types of people, and both types of people you can start to build an audience around. Yeah. So do that. Start creating content. Once you get into a routine of uploading content and all of that, then you can start to focus on building your website. Now, when I say build your website, it's very, very simple. You literally go and create a WordPress blog. You can use some free templates, put some fancy banners on there, pay a few bucks to a designer, design it in a fancy way, put your name on there, a few pictures, a little bit about you, about your previous job, or maybe your current job. This is the thing. Don't try and be someone that you're not. If you tell people that you're currently working a job, that's fine. You don't have to mention that. What I found is just be authentic, be honest. It's no good trying to be someone that you're not. I've said many, many times that I've made mistakes in my business. I've done this, I've done that. I've made some good money here. I've made mistakes here, and this is all part of the entire process. So if you're starting out and you're coming from your job onto the internet and you're trying to build a little bit of a business, you don't have to give your life story. Just give people a little bit of information about what you've done before and the experience you have, and that you're here to just share your knowledge with other people. And you have a passion in what you do, and you love to share what you know, just like most of us do. So build your website. You can use free themes, and if you want to use some paid themes, you can. Don't try and get it perfect, and don't worry about a product at this stage. We will cover that in just a second. So initially, get the website up and have your opt-in box up there. And when I say an opt-in box, either an opt-in box on your blog or have a separate page where you send people to. So this is a specific page on your blog where there's going to be a form, maybe a picture of you, a little bit of a headline saying something about your niche. A good way to do it is give away some type of free training. And this is what a lot of us do. This is obviously marketing, and this is what you do. So you give away some free information in order for someone to give you their email address. And this free training could be in the form of a video. It could be an ebook. I mean, someone that's come from the fitness industry, if you're some kind of a fitness instructor, you could give people, say, 5 really good recipes, really good health recipes that they can have for maybe dinner, for breakfast, you know, for like snacks, or some workouts or some stretches that they can do. It just depends what niche that you're going to go into, which will obviously depend on the information that you give away to entice people to give you their details to join your mailing list. So once you do that, you are nearly there. So you've got a website created, you have a mailing list there, and then the link to that page you can put within your social media. In today's video, I've just given you a full-blown business, how you can actually start building an asset for the future. This is a very valuable thing that you can build. What I've just explained to you in the last, 16, 17 minutes. So we'll just run through that again, and then I'm going to give you some more examples. There's still lots more things that I'm going to tell you. So don't go anywhere quite yet. So the next thing is, let's go over that again. So 4 different platforms. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So they're the 4 platforms that you create your accounts on. Make sure you have some web hosting, and make sure that you have an autoresponder. Start creating content. Basic videos will be fine. Posts is fine. Yeah, images and all different tips, whatever you want to give away within your industry is absolutely fine. Then once you start to create content and you have a little bit of a content plan, have a plan for 12 months. Don't expect to upload content for the next 2 weeks and be doing like massive numbers. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you now, you need to start from the beginning. Everyone does. You may not be known by anyone. No one may know who you are. You're going to be a complete no one, a complete nobody most of the time when you start online. No one's going to know who you are. But this is the easy part, really, because you have nothing to lose. So create content, and then people will start to come to your videos, come to your posts, come to your channel. And this is how you build an audience. Trust and credibility. It takes time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You can't just, create a YouTube channel and then expect 500,000 people to come and watch your stuff. These are things that just happen in time. And if you put effort in, turn up every single week, create content, put it out there, distribute it, within time, you will start to see things start to grow and grow and grow. So once you've done all of that, and here comes the really interesting part, because this is the part where you can actually start making money. So after so many months of doing this, what will happen is that you will start to create a little bit of an audience. And this is when you have to pay attention to the comments that you get in your videos and your posts. Start maybe writing down some trending questions, things that people really want to know more about. And then what you can do is start thinking about what you can actually create as a product. And this is the secret. This is the key. Don't just go out there and create a product as soon as you start building something online. Like, for instance, when I said to you that you want to come to the internet to build a business, that isn't the point where you should be thinking about making a product. Forget making a product until you have some content out there. and you're starting to build a little bit of an audience, and people are leaving comments on your videos and your posts, so people are starting to interact with your stuff, that is the point when you start to think about, well, what could I create which I think my audience would really benefit from? So you find a problem that they have, a common problem, and create a solution for that. So one of the problems could be a lot of the people that you seem to attract to your channel could be within a certain age, and you can get that by your YouTube demographics, by your YouTube analytics. So think about that. Have a look through all of your analytics across all of your accounts and see what the average type of age is that are paying attention to your stuff. And then look at the comments, look at what they're trying to achieve, and look at the problems that they have, and then think about how you can help them. So one of the problems could be is a lot of the people that you interact with or interact with you, a lot of them are having back problems, back issues. And maybe this is a trend that you're seeing in your comments. A lot of people are saying that they seem to get back problems and back issues, and they get injuries and all of that. So what you could do is, if this is a really common thing, is create a workout program which focuses on core strength, which will build their back muscles. This is just an example, okay? I am not a fitness instructor, although I've been in the gym for many, many years. I've been working out most of my life. This is just an example. I've had back issues before, so I know what it's like. So I know a lot of people do face back problems. This is a common problem. However, I'm just saying this is just an example. If a lot of your watchers and readers are experiencing this problem, I'm saying that this could be an option for you to go and create a workout program specifically for people with bad backs or stiff backs. And this is how to create a stronger core for those types of people. This is just an example. So all of a sudden you now have a product. So you can go and create a product, and this is where it gets interesting, okay? I said to you that I'm going to give you an exact model to follow, and this is what you can do. So this is where you can actually start making product sales. So what you then do is you note down all the different comments that people are leaving. And this might take you a few weeks, but you just write down comments every so often. So in the end, you've got all these different things that you know people are having problems with. And then when it comes to you making your actual product that you want to sell, you know what to put in the videos and what type of content to actually include. So what you can then do is create, let's say, and we're going to keep this nice and simple, you create a video series of, say, 15 different videos which cover all the different special exercises and stretches that people have to specifically use to strengthen their back muscles, yeah, and their core muscles, which helps their back. So you can create, let's say you create 15 videos, yeah, and then you can sell those 15 videos for $97 on the internet, which here in the UK is about £75 per sale. And all of a sudden, you now have a business because you've got an audience, you've got platforms where you distribute content, and also you now have a product to sell in your business for $97 a sale. If you make 10 sales per month, that's $1,000. That's £700 a month just in sales. That's just on these low ticket $97 sales. Now the next stage after that would be, and here is one of the strategies that I've used myself. So if you don't know what to give away for free to get people into your ecosystem, what you can do is, and again, I've used this before, I've said this before in some other training videos, if you've got 15 videos in your product, get the first 5 videos and give them away for free, or maybe the first 3. And what you can then do is, once people are in your ecosystem and they're going through and accessing your content, and you can create follow-up messages, once people do that, you can then sell the remaining 13 videos or 12 videos of your main course. You can sell that as your main product, but because the videos that you gave away for free are actually part of the main course, this will drastically increase your conversions, because it's pretty much the same course. That's just that you're giving away 3 for free, and the remaining videos that you give to your customer, they're going to have to pay for. Now, I've done this. This is how I built my first product and my first mailing list back in about 2011. It worked really, really well. In fact, there wasn't many people doing this at the time. It was a really good strategy that I used, and it still works today. I still use something very similar today in my business. So you could do that. So don't worry about trying to create some completely different type of training or ebook to entice people to join your free newsletter. Just use content from your main course and give that away for free. Again, you don't have to say that's part of your main course. You could, or your paid product, just give it away. So when people opt in to get some free information from you, or to stay up to date on more of your stuff, you can deliver those videos to their inbox, which they get for free. And then within your follow-up campaign, you can just say, like, this is what I do. You can just say, look, if you'd like to learn more, get access to the remaining videos here. And then you send them over to a sales page. Now, this is when you obviously need a sales page to sell your main product. We won't get too much into that. However, you just need to find someone that can create good sales pages, like a copywriter, someone that's good with graphics. You may have to pay them, but it's an investment, because you're going to have a full-blown sales page, which you can send people to where they can purchase your product from. So a sales page is important. But again, it's no good trying to build a sales page before you've even got any audience. This is why I say don't worry about your product or sales page until you've built an audience, yeah? Or at least you're well on your way. You don't have to wait until you've got tens of thousands of people that are interested in all of your videos and leaving comments. But you will notice that you're going to see more and more people start to interact in your stuff, with your videos, with your posts. And when you get to that point, you will know that maybe this is the time when I should create a product. And then you can go out there, create a course, and do everything that I've just told you over the last 5 minutes. And once you've got a sales page, you can then make sales in your business. And then the final piece of information I want to give you, final thing, is once you start making sales from your customers buying your main course, you can then play around with different offers, different additional training that you offer your customers and your clients. So you could take on coaching clients where you could work with them one-on-one. You could do personal meetups where you give them workouts and you actually help them one-on-one. You could do live training over video. You could do live streams. Maybe every day you give them a workout every single day of the week live on video. You could maybe do different online classes, you see. So all of this is based on if you're a fitness instructor or some kind of a health trainer or yoga teacher. Now, of course, the chances of you being a fitness instructor is very slim. You might be, but this type of business works over many different industries. So I'm going to give you a few more examples of different types of jobs that you may have where you could do exactly the same thing. You can bring these skills onto the internet. So you might be in the construction trade. I was in the construction trade for many, many years. In fact, I was a carpenter. One of the great things that you could do coming from that type of trade is you're going to be good generally at DIY and using hand tools and all of that. So you could create a product where you show people how to do basic DIY around the house, which is a huge market, by the way. People that are doing work on their own houses to save money is massive. So you could show people how to do certain jobs around the house. You could teach people how to build a shed. There's all these different things that you can teach people. But again, you need to build an audience first. So do exactly what I said to you at the start of today's video. Create your 4 platforms, buy web hosting and buy an autoresponder, and then create an audience around that. And then when you start to see people interact in your stuff, then is the time to start creating a product and start taking things a little bit more serious and taking things to the next level. Then once you have a product, you start selling that. And remember what I said, you use data from your social media channels to get age, and also make sure you watch and you read a lot of the different comments that you get across your social media platforms, so you can then tailor your product to suit the problems of your audience. And that is key. And then you create a solution for the problem. So this works in the DIY or in the construction industry as well. So if you're coming from the construction trade, it might not be the building trade, it might not be a carpenter, you might not be a joiner, but there's lots of different construction trades that you might be involved in, and you can bring those skills onto the internet most of the time. I understand that some people don't have skills that are transferable from the offline world onto the online world. I totally get that, and we'll address that in just a second on what you need to do if your skills are not transferable. Another example I will give you, let's say you're a musician offline and you play the guitar, for instance. I mean, that's a really good one. That's a complete no-brainer. So you do exactly what I just said. Build all your YouTube channels, your TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, create a basic website, or at least get your web hosting, get your autoresponder, create content, and then at some point you will be able to create your product based on the feedback and the data you get from the comments on your social media platforms. Yeah, just like we've already mentioned. So that's if you're a guitar instructor, any type of musician, you can do the same thing. Now, here's what to do if you don't have any skills to transfer from the offline world to the online world. This is the backup kind of plan that some people do have to do if you don't have any skills to transfer. Is you need to find something you're passionate about and something you're interested in, and then learn more about it and then create content around that. It has to be something you're interested in. It's no good you going into a niche or a market that you have no interest in just because you think you can make money from it. Trust me, it's just not worth it. You're not going to do very well. It's just going to be painful. And every single time you go to create content, you're just going to be fed up and it's going to be a chore. So don't go into a market or niche that you have no interest in. Find something you're interested in. Could be history, could be science, whatever it is. Go into that niche as long as you know a little bit about it. If you don't, you're going to have to spend some time learning all about this information and this niche. You can do it. You won't be the only person to go into a niche that you have no idea about and no experience in, and to actually make that a business. Some people have to do that because they don't have any transferable skills from the offline world into the online world. It's just one of them things, unfortunately. So that is what you do if you don't have the skills to bring from the offline world to the online world. That is what you can do. Find something that you're interested in, learn more about it, create content, and then follow the plan that I just gave you. Create your social media platforms, buy your crucial tools that you need to build a real business, create content, build your audience, and then look at the comments and the feedback that you get from your content to then use to tailor the content that you put in your product, in your paid product, and then obviously get your sales page designed as well. So there you go. That is exactly how you can build a business starting from today. You can do this from today. So what I've just given you there is an exact roadmap on how to do it. Now, if you do want to learn directly from me exactly how to build your business in a lot more detail, then I've got lots more training at coffeeshopincome.com/bootcamp. So everything I've just given you here is just a glimpse of what you will actually get if you're in the bootcamp. So coffeeshopincome.com/bootcamp. The link will be below this video. If you're listening to this on our podcast, then yeah, coffeeshopincome.com/bootcamp. Otherwise, click the link somewhere around this video and you can go over there and access the training. So there you go. Go and take action. Go and do it. That's exactly how to do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything that I've explained today. Hopefully you can use this to at least now take some massive action and start making progress within your own business. Just remember, the examples I give you here are just examples. You can use the strategy that I've given you to adapt to just about any other profession, because it's the same every single time. Just do the exact same thing every single time. Create your content, create your audience, and then progress from there. So that's it from me. See you in the next episode. Take care.